Hello everybody and welcome back to artofdino.com and saveearth.us. And I was just looking at some old newspapers and I decided to collect a bunch of cartoons, and I found some from the South Bend News Times in 1916 and 1917 that were some great artists. And so I wanted to just secure them for myself and share them with you guys. And so many of them are ridiculous and very similar to today, about war. So take a look at these. Definitely pause on some, but there's a lot of interesting things that were happening then that are still happening now. And then also some interesting things that are definitely just happening then, but a lot of Democrat, GOP battling, all these different things. Egg prices going up. Some of these that are pretty ridiculous, referring to events of the times. They were pumping out these pretty much every day for the most of the time, except if there was extreme things. But look at them calling babies to war. There's so many different things that they were arming and doing at that time that are kind of ridiculous. They are poking the bear all over the place, and just the need for war and to keep the people at bay is just constant. American patriotism, let the war take heed. It's like whoever's controlling this and making the narrative just continues to feed this. Look at Americans out in the sea. I love this artist. He's just great. He does really great, like, pencil-ish, charcoal-y sketches, and they're just very interesting glimpse into the times of then. And there's a couple like this too. Look at this tank. There's a few that didn't have articles, but they had pictures. Didn't have cartoons, but they had pictures. That tank I thought was interesting. But so many. All the calls to war, the same thing, eggs, everything, people not being able to afford food, people complaining about the left, the right, all of this stuff. Armored car carries a machine gun tower, a U.S. armored car. I thought that was interesting. Those are kind of almost like cartoons. Holy smoke, supposing all the big league players have to go to war this summer. So now he's a pacifist. They're talking about, again, how they convince people to like war. That's like one of their big things is, oh, hey guys, we're going to fight a war. Yay! Be excited. You're going to make a bunch of money. A bunch of people are going to die somewhere that you don't even care about. And so there's like purge Congress of the pork. I like that one. But there's so many things that just the same thing going on and on and on again. And them picking a fight with some country and for not telling the people the reasons, and then adding to the propaganda however they can. And then you have the artists that are kind of in the middle, trying to figure out really what to do because they need a job, and they also, have to do what the newspapers tell them, usually whether they believe it or not. And so I think these guys did believe what they were saying because they're spending a lot of effort in these arts. And some of the earlier ones, I kind of go forward in 1917 and then I go back. So you can check on the dates as it comes. But I just thought these artists' styles were really cool. And the way about doing these cartoons I thought was really awesome. The Valentine's Day is a happy one there. Not all terrible. Himself meet God very shortly. So there's all different things about the everywhere. There's nowhere that's safe. So I could talk kind of nonsense over all of these, but I'll just chime in from time to time when I see something pretty cool. Oh, don't pick a fight with us, America. We're calling to war, calling to action, everybody getting ready. And this actually, you could see there was a big stop. I actually went forward in the 1917 and then stopped kind of as war started to get crazy, because then they stopped with the cartoons. But look, coal per ton, $50 in France. Our lot might be worse. Guess I'll quit kicking. There's just the oil prices going up. So many different things. War hornets. There's just war everywhere. Peace without victory. All these people starting wars. It's just the theme. It's like this world just revolves around war, and it's terrible. And that we allow these controllers to do that. Corn $1, delighted, I'm sure. Grain speculator, everyone ripping everyone off, walking the dog. Everybody, the Republicans, there's a lot of thing here about the Republicans going to war and the Democrats not, and it's propaganda everywhere, same exact stuff. And nowadays both parties take us to war, and they just fight them where we don't care, and they just delude us into thinking that everything's okay. Things is all right now, Claudia, but what I'm worrying about is here fern competition. This is the one that's very relevant to today. Price of eggs have been done before. They been doing it. And again, like I said in the comments before, now they're going to put jabs in it. Above the cauldron, peace, war. Look at that. Everything. Everyone knows. They know they've just got people. They've got people tuning in. What's the best way to sell a newspaper? Just tell them war's coming, and they'll figure out every detail and every way to extend the story so that you can keep coming back. Leaks, different leaks in the government, corruption on both sides, people, union leagues handing the presidency to people. These are his busy days. The devil tempting everyone. That's a lot different now. Now he's everywhere. Even Turkey has its Missourians. So there was all kinds of stuff going on in this 1917 era, but this one's pretty cool. I just love the art and the idea and the style of this artist. He'd be a great one to have around today. Peace, Austria. What an attractive little bird. Look at the double-headed insignia of Austria. Very interesting. Will Willie go to school like this? Talking about how they put militaries in school and teaching young kids to fight earlier and earlier. Making it pretty obvious that we're all here as pawns in their disgusting game of profit and war. How nice. War brides. Looks bad for the old balloon. That's pretty good. I love their sense of humor, too. Very nice. These guys, none of them. The same with Zelensky right now. Similar exact thing happening. There's more land, one country encroaching on another. Blah, 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 blah. Hang up a sock and the peace dove. Look at these things. Everybody wants peace. Putting salt on it. Like they tell you they want it and they don't. Cost of living, boom, gonna crush a speculator. This is, again, very relevant. I might do a couple of these and make them modernized because I just, again, love the design, love the style. Food cost, high cost of clothing, bury your head in the sand, everybody. That's what happens as they pump out more and more crap. Cost of living, can he reach it? The common people aren't even close, but the bigwigs can barely even make it. That's how they do it. Christmas shopping, the family bankroll to the local shops. They know it. And this is similar as well. I wonder which ones had election fraud back then, but very similar when most of the country votes one way and small groups of corruption go the other way with the states that they have controlled. But these ones started to get intense. I really love the style of these drawings. And again, I wish I knew who the artist was, but I don't. But the style is excellent. I don't know if they're engravings or just pencil drawings. America First, boom. Same thing, same cycle again and again and again. If we only look at that, if we only had everyone, they're all war people. Shady Lane, Wall Street versus Shadow Lane. Again, the whole Wall Street thing that was going on during this time, and they were doing it again. Look at the art in this one, super cool. This is I recommend pausing on that one and unpacking it as well as this. This almost looks like one of those the newer, I forget his name, but one of the newer guys that does political cartoons that kind of looks like the similar style. And this I thought was kind of crazy. It's not a cartoon, but a war-torn area where a guy was just sleeping on an old couch. And imagine all of the stuff in the private collections that was lost as they just blew up city after city after city of old world stuff that they never told us about. And this was another thing too, a wireless car used by the police. I thought that was nice. But again, the last three ones here, you feel free to go back and take a look at them or mute them and just take a look in slow motion and really soak each one of these in, because you will find more similarities than you care to find than today. The same story keeps going on, cycle after cycle after cycle. We are in a script, folks, and it's time to break it. Someday we have to break out of this and let natural things occur, because these controllers are always steering us in the wrong direction. There's no other way around it. Always wrong. And we need to correct it as a humanity, as a species. We need to go beyond the poles. That's pretty much it. And find out what we've been missing, how far we've been steered away from our true selves, and make everything right again. So here we go. I hope you all enjoyed this collection. Bless you all from artofdino.com and saveearth.us.